Alright, in this video I want to get into how you need to take self-responsibility and educate yourself. We live in a very interesting time where we have pretty much all the information in the world at our fingertips. All of human knowledge of all the libraries at your fingertips. A lot of you have a computer, laptop, some kind of tablet, or at least a phone, and you can get internet access. And if you don't have internet access, you can go to a library or to a coffee shop or even a hotel and use their internet and get access to whatever it is you want to learn. You don't have to go to school, you don't have to pay for college, waste your money on all the textbooks. You don't have to do all that. You can take responsibility for yourself and educate yourself. You are just as capable of anybody else, right? Nowadays, people, they graduate high school, they go to college, and a good chunk of them, they just going through the motions. They did just enough to pass to the next grade, just enough to pass their courses, just enough to get their credits, just enough to graduate. And they didn't really pay attention, didn't really soak anything up. They just did what they had to do to get through what they had to get through. And basically, it's just to say, oh, I went to college. I'm smart. I got this degree. I got this. As if that's all you need to do to say you're smart and that you know things and that you should be respected and their opinion put above yours. Right? When in reality, we all can learn the exact same thing that anybody who's going to college can learn. It starts with you. You need to educate yourself. You count on the schools to do it, you're screwed. You can't be like, oh, my parents didn't teach me this. The schools didn't teach me this. College didn't teach me this. The government didn't teach me this. So what? Cry about it. They don't have to teach you anything. Especially now that you're an adult. You need to teach yourself. And I want to give you an example of everything that's right at your fingertips. This is just using YouTube, because you can go and you can find videos other places. You can find PDFs, you can find textbooks, you can find whatever you want on the internet to teach you whatever it is you want to learn. You want to learn how to weld? There's all kinds of these classes for free on YouTube where people showing you how to do it. You want to learn how to speak a new language? All kinds of people right here on YouTube. You can go through, learn French. You could change this up. Learn to speak. We got Spanish, English, Japanese, Russian, Korean. I'm pretty sure you can find whatever you want to learn. We got Hindi on here. Even baby. I don't even know if this is real. But maybe you can speak to babies. I don't know. What college does that, right? You can learn how to lose weight and to build muscle, right? You could learn fitness. These people, they've gone through it. They give you their experience. You build off of that, right? College courses. Look at this. A 12-hour course on calculus. You don't have to go pay for this. Biology. You can do the same thing. Go through the biology courses. You can learn law. I recommend learning common law. You can learn all these things all on your own. You just got to take the time to do it. You got to want to do it. You got to take self-responsibility and not blame everybody else because of what you don't know. And then the other thing you can't do is then trust other people. You can't trust the schools, the colleges, or the government to teach you what is what. You can't say, oh, they got a PhD, they got a doctorate, they got this certain job at a respected place. They're a professor. They got these different positions, different titles. It's basically an appeal to authority, right? and you just, oh, I'm going to trust them. They're going to do my thinking for me. I'm just going to believe what they say. Why? You know, you can learn welding, right? But there's some things you're probably not going to learn until you're actually doing it. So you learn a lot from welding, and then you start welding, and you may learn things that they can't teach you, right? That's an example. You learn languages, right? But there's things you're not going to learn until you're out there talking to people in a new language. You pick up on the slang and the phrases and all that, right? That's not something you're going to be taught. That's something you're going to learn on your own, right? So you can't just go and trust the so-called authorities, those who so-called learn, because guess what? They can be pricks. They can have agendas. They can think it's fun to bullshit you because they can get money out of it. Oh, they'd be like, yeah, you know what? I, I'm I know all about biology. If you take this new medicine I made, snake oil salesman here. That's going to fix all your problems with your atoms, your molecules, and your cells and your tissues. They're going to tell you all this stuff. And you'd be like, oh, I'm going to go buy it, right? Because this is coming from an expert. Well, they're just playing off your ignorance and your lack of self-responsibility to educate yourself. It's the same thing with the law. You know how it is with police officers? With them, ignorance is no excuse. Ignorance of the law. So if you don't know, doesn't matter. It's your fault that you don't know. You have to educate yourself on the law. If you don't know it, they'll take advantage of you. So learn it. You think the authorities, they're going to be out there protecting you? Under common law, you know that you don't have to pay a lot of these fines where there's no victim. Like parking tickets, speeding tickets, all these things where nobody got hurt, but you get fined. You know the law. You know that you don't have to sign the paper. You know that you're not obligated to pay those. But you don't know that, and guess what? They take advantage of you because you're stupid and you're ignorant and you don't educate yourself because you take no self-responsibility. And that's exactly what's going to happen to you. I'm pretty sure a lot of you got information that other people don't know, and you use that against them. So what makes you think other people aren't going to do that to you? Why are you so trusting of others when you know how manipulative you are yourselves? And of course, you don't have to trust your church. You don't have to trust your priest, your pastor. You can read the Bible yourself, but even here online, you can go through all the different translations and compare them all. You can get into the Strong's Concordance to get into the words that were translated, get into references. You can put parallels, so you can put a bunch of different Bible versions up at once and compare them while you're reading. There's the commentary. You can get into what all kinds of different commentators had to say throughout the ages. Their points of view from whenever it is they wrote some things, such as Schofield from the early 1900s, his commentary, and see how that compares to how the world is today. You look at all the information you got right before your hands. If you don't want to just read your Bible as it is and prayerfully study that, you got all this information right here. You can decide for yourself, because ultimately, when it comes to something like this, you answer to God yourself. You don't go to God and go, well, I was part of your church. Oh, I followed your pastor, your priest, so it's on them. He's like, no, you are responsible for you. And if you don't want to take that responsibility, well, you'll face the same damnation they fell into. So stop being intellectually lazy. Stop being mentally lazy. We don't even want to think things through. We don't want to learn into these things. It's just going to come back to bite you. Everything is right there. So anyway, There's something that's bothering you in your life. You want to learn about it? You can learn about infectious diseases, you know, learn about viruses, how they work, learn about the DNA and RNA and all these different things. And hopefully I didn't say something that's going to get this flagged, this video flagged. But the education is right there. Educate yourself. But it starts with you, your choice. Personal responsibility. And if you're not going to take that responsibility, well, maybe somebody else takes that responsibility, but you're basically a slave to them. They dictate to you what reality is because you don't want to look into it yourself. They dictate to you what is true, and your fate lies in their hands. And no one's going to feel sorry for you when you get what's coming to you. You waste your money on the snake oil because the guy says it's going to make you look younger, feel younger, slow your aging, and heal everything from your arthritis to the kink in your back. It's going to do everything you ever wanted it to do. And you spend all your money on it and it doesn't do it. Well, hey, you just believed it because you wanted to believe it. You just believed it because, hey, well, he was a professor, and he had all these degrees and the PhD and stuff. Oh, I didn't think he would lie to me or nothing. Oh, you don't think he wanted to sell what he had and make money off of you? Why not? Anyway, thanks for watching and take care.